This video is going to show you how to create a presentation portfolio. This is going to be the home screen that you'll see when you first log in. You'll see we have a couple things here for you. You can watch a quick video. We even have some suggestions on how to get started building your portfolio. But the first thing we need to do is click on the button, Create a Portfolio. There's a simple three-step process to building a portfolio. First, we need to select the template we want to use. There are a lot of different options here, so just scroll through to find one that you like. I think I'm going to use this one here. And then we need to select the type of portfolio we want to build. There's a few different options. First, we can create a blank portfolio where we'll build all of our pages from scratch, or you can select a pre-built portfolio that will automatically include pages for you. I need to get a job, so I think I'm going to use this one. Next, we'll just give our portfolio a name by typing it into this box. And then click on the button Create Portfolio. And now we're into the content editor. I'm just going to paste in some text that I have stored on my clipboard. And you'll see it's just like working in any other word processor program. We can move text around, we can format the text, just highlight it. I'm going to make it bold. You could also make it italic or underline. We can change the color of our text, just highlight it, change it up here. I'm going to select this green color. You can change the font and the size of the text. I don't quite like that. We have undo and redo buttons up here. I'm going to undo that. Or maybe I want to link to a website. So we'll highlight the text, click the link button, enter in the website. I'm going to send them to foliotek.com. And click Add Link. And now we have a link to that website. I'm going to put in a bulleted list here as well. Simply type in the bullet points there. There we go, that's looking pretty good. The next thing we need to think about are the pages of our portfolio. Right now, they're listed in our menu. To edit those pages, we'll click on the Pages tab up at the top here. That is going to give us a list of the pages we currently have in our portfolio. To add a new one, simply click the Create New link, give your page a name, and then we're going to select the type of page, either a blank empty page or copy from an existing portfolio if we have one. Click Add Page. There we go, there's our new page. I'm going to reorder that. I want that up at the top. And I think I'm going to put these two pages, I'm going to nest those together. Good deal. I want to change the title of that page. I'll do that in this white box here. I think maybe I need a copy of page. No, I'm going to delete that. Okay, I think that looks good. So we'll close out of that section. And now it's time to start thinking about the files that we want to put in our portfolio. We can manage our files with the Files link in the top black bar. Foliotek can hold any sort of file, so it's a really good place to store any file for future use. So simply click the Upload Files link and find the files on your computer. There we go, now we show that all of them have uploaded, and we'll click on the link to see the files. There you go. Now we can organize our files. I'm going to create a folder for all of my images. Click on New Folder, give our folder a name, and click OK. And now we can select the files that we want to move into that folder. Just drag and drop. If we click on the folder, we will see the images displayed. Let's go back. I'm not sure I like the name of that folder, so we can rename it. I'm going to title it Images instead. There we go. That looks the way that I want it. So let's start adding those files into the portfolio that we've created. Just go over here, click Edit. And that'll bring us back to the content editor of the portfolio. Click on the Files tab. And here are all the files that we just uploaded. You can also add files from this screen if you would like. So I'm going to go down into my portfolio. I'm going to delete that text there, and that's where I want to put my file. There we go. Do the same for the other one. Just click on the name of the file, put it into place. All right, that looks good. Now we have those files in the page of our portfolio. The next thing we can do is add some rich content into our portfolio. That's going to be done through the Gizmos tab. Here you can see all of the different gizmos that we offer, things like images, videos. We have a feedback form that you can also put into a page through the Gizmo feature. Embed and document gizmo there. I'm going to add an image to the page, so I just click on the gizmo, place it in the page, and now we have the images that we've uploaded, or we can upload a new one. Just select the image and click on it to bring up the image controls panel. Here we can change the size of our image. We can drag our image around to get it exactly where we want it. We can even give our image a caption. Name it Lighthouse here. We can play around with the spacing. Give it a little margin. There we go. And even add a border. Let's give it a little bit of a border, and I think I'm gonna make it white to make it stand out a little better. There you go. Now Foliotek automatically saves as you make changes to the portfolio. But if you would like to save as well, you can select that button. Once you've shared your portfolio, it'll also be important to merge those changes with your shared version. I'll talk about sharing in a little bit. Alright, so the next thing we need to look at is the design of our portfolio. This is where you can get really creative. You can select a different template if you don't like the one that you originally chose. Again, just scroll through all of the different options that we have. I think I'm going to change it to this one here. There we go. Now we want to look at our layout. This is going to be where your menu and your header are located within the portfolio. I think I'm going to put mine over on the right side here. I think that looks good. You can also change the body width and the column width. Now you can also change the background image. Simply click on the arrow here and it'll bring up a whole host of stock images we have, or you can upload your own. You can use one of the images you have or upload a new one. But you can see we have a lot of different categories. So just go through and select the image you want to use as your background. There we go. Now with each background, depending on the colors in the image, we will suggest some color schemes for you. However, if you don't like any of the ones that we suggest, you can pick your own. Just use your cursor to go through the colors here until you find something that you like. Alright, I think that works. There we go. Now the last thing we need to look at is styles, and this is where you can adjust things like the overall fonts and colors and backgrounds. There's so many different options to choose from. I'm going to make those links a different color so they stand out better. You'll see we have things like rounded corners and borders and changing the margin. Just so many things that you can mess around with, so feel free to get really creative and just make your portfolio exactly the way you want it. Now if you don't like the changes that you've made, you can simply close out of the design editor, or you can go back to the template area and click reapply, and that'll reapply the original template that you brought in. But I do like the changes, so I'm going to click apply, and then we'll close out of that area. Alright, so now I think my portfolio is ready. I'm going to preview it just to make sure. And this is the view that people will see once you share your portfolio. See, we have our files listed right there. Yeah, everything looks really good. Okay, we'll close out of that. And now it's time to share our portfolio with others. There are a few different options for sharing, so let me take you through each one. First, you can share in a community. This is a select group of people that have been created that you can share in. You'll need to paste in the invite code that you got from the community manager, click join and share, and that'll share your portfolio. Now you can share and unshare using this toggle here. Now the next type of share is public. This is where you're going to create your own website. So enter in a prefix for your URL, and then click validate to make sure that it's available. Yep, this one is. So now just click Share Portfolio. And this will give you the URL that you can share with others, and they can access your website. Next is a private share. This is where you will send an email invitation to view your portfolio. So we'll just enter in the information, select the begin and end dates. Here we go. And then finally, we'll type in a message to the recipient. Please take a look at my portfolio. Thanks, Jane. Now there's a few options for sending the email invites. Select what applies to you and click Send Invites. And then you'll see we'll have a list of the private shares that we've made. The last way to share your portfolio is through contributors. This will send an email invitation to others to work on the portfolio that you created and add to it. So you'll just type in the name and email address of that person and click Send Invites. And here again, we'll get a list of the people we've asked to be contributors to our portfolio. Now, since we've shared, we might be getting feedback or comments. Any comments left will be indicated by this number here. To view them, click on the arrow, select Feedback, and any comments left will show here in the middle. And there you have it. Those are the basic steps of creating your presentation portfolio. Remember, if you get stuck, you can click on the Help menu or email us at support@foliotek.com.